what's happening?
Like
It's Limo
clockwork.
Talk, folks. You found us. We're right here. Paradise Studios, Strong Island. What do we call it? What do we actually call in this place?
We're
It's Paradise Studios.
Content Creation Studio.
Oh, my God. Content creation.
That is the new
Well, contact
rebrand
creation is
here.
happening right in front of your eyes, right here.
It is.
Contact is...
Vinny, let's show him some content.
Yeah, can we... Oh, hi. There we are.
There we go. A little content.
Look, we're on minus Graz. You're noticing that Anthony Graz today is not here tonight. It's me, Bobby Inzerillo, and Rich Zerilli bringing you the purest form of Limo Talk. Okay? Because we can
Without
actually
the
talk.
noise.
We can actually talk in this limo, which is what this is supposed to be, without the driver telling us to shut up or keep it down or him pushing up that window.
I hear some applause.
Right?
People like that.
They like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this show, just me and Rich, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff that went on this week. I had a very interesting weekend doing 2 nights at the Madison Square Garden Kylie Minogue show, Friday and Saturday night.
Very
And
nice.
today being over at UBS Arena, working the day game for the Islanders against the Capitals, where the Islanders won 4-1, but the big story was Alex Ovechkin getting his 895th goal and becoming the all-time scoring leader in the NHL, the history of the NHL.
Yeah.
Now, what blows my
Historic
mind
day.
about that stat
Go
is
ahead. I know.
him and Gretzky did it in the same number of games, 894.
the same number
It's
of games.
unbelievable.
What is it? 1847 or something like that? Or
Yeah, it was
6?
47.
1847.
Or 46.
1846.
And I'm
games,
like, how the hell does that happen?
right?
But if you look it up, you'll see it's exactly
Now,
the same.
same amount of games, but he has one more goal.
But
Ovechkin,
but
right?
in one more game.
Oh, I thought it was even amount of games.
No,
and
I
he
think
had
he's got one more
goal.
game now and one more goal.
All right.
I don't know. I got to look that one up.
Hold on.
If we can get our stats straight. But it was pretty exciting over at the
It
Coliseum.
had to be. And
I
that was the
I could
only
swear-
goal.
I could swear. Wayne Gretzky came out, and he was there today, and I was over by the referees. And the referees, everybody in the back where we are by the Zambonis and all the setup goes, the ice crew is there.
Yeah.
And
well, there must
they-
have been a ton of people there.
Oh,
tonight.
there was tons of people.
Batman was there.
They had us on. We saw Bettman. I think I even saw the director of the FBI there, but I don't know. I gotta check into that. But it was so tight. They had everything planned out. They had the whole presentation ready to go for when he scored this goal.
Yep.
And we saw it all forming. Me, Vinny Zito, and Anthony working with Frank. Frank is the supervisor of that area. And we're sitting there and we're watching it all come together, how they're going to do this celebration. And they told us the celebration was going to last at least 10 minutes. It lasted about 20.
Really?
But
so they stopped the game.
they stopped the game
Wow.
and they rolled
I didn't
out
realize
these.
that. I wasn't watching.
They stopped it. He scored the goal. He does his little ice dive.
That I saw. I
you
saw
know,
the goal
right?
on Twitter.
And the funny thing was, the referee. Now we talk to the referees. They high five us when we go in, you know. But they called a penalty on the Islanders, and everybody was like, "All right, so that goal's coming in about 2 minutes, within the next 2 minutes," and
Right.
it did, and he scored that goal, and the place erupted. It was mostly Capital fans.
Right.
It was almost like a Capitals home game. And the Islander fans cheered wildly for him too, because they were,
As you should.
And I got to say, Wayne Gretzky, from what I heard, was really, really excited for him and humble about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a nice job with his little speech about Ovechkin. And Ovechkin is Russian. Am I right? I think so.
No, he's Czech.
Czech or whatever.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't. He wasn't. He was speaking in a different language for a while, and I was like, oh. So
I think he's Czech Republic.
So, Gretzky was really cool, but I thought Gretzky in his little speech said, "It's nice to be here at the Nassau Coliseum." I got to look back on it. I'm listening, I'm watching all this stuff. All these people in charge, they come running back, and they have all these presentations ready to go. They had flowers. They had a big painting. They had a painting of Gretzky with him.
Really?
Gretzky with his Edmonton Oilers uniform and Ovechkin with his, obviously with the Capitals.
Right.
And the numbers 894 and 895 on it. And they were ready to run all that stuff out there, put carpets on the ice, stop the game, of course. And everybody's rushing out there, and the reporters. I have never seen so many news people.
I can't believe they stopped the game for
They
this.
stopped there. I was kidding around before it. I was like, it's going to be like Ricky Henderson when he stole his the base that put him head Lou Brock, and he grabbed the base, pulled it out of the ground, and goes, "I'm the greatest ever."
Yeah.
But it kind of was like that. They stopped the game.
Right.
And it was a 20-minute, what do you call it? A 20-minute program.
It's you got to deserve it for,
Bettman was
you're
there.
now
He
the
did a
all-time career
speech.
goal leader.
Yeah. It was huge. It's huge
yeah.
NHL day. It was a huge day for the NHL.
It is.
And this guy's been around over 20 years now. But you know what, really? I was looking up the previous record. Somebody asked me, they go, all right, so 895, and he's probably going to get to 900.
Yeah.
What was
For sure.
the record before Gretzky? And the record before Gretzky was,
No.
Gordie Howe.
Oh.
Gordie
I
Howe.
knew the person. I didn't know the number.
No, had 801
Right.
lifetime goals, and Gretzky passed that. And when he got to 894, there was nobody even close.
No.
And they thought no one would ever break this record.
Yep.
And here it is, all these years later, and he did it. But the funny thing about Gordie Howe was he played till he was 51 years old.
Yeah, he played a long time.
But he played like 7-8 years in the WHA.
He played 34 years.
Yeah. But he played in the
1946
WHA.
to 1980. Right.
He finished up in the WHA, and he actually played even for the New York team. I think New York Golden Blades, whatever the heck they were. But he played his whole career before that with the Detroit Red Wings and scored 801. Plus, he scored another 134 or something with the WHA.
Right.
So he was in the 900s.
Do you know who was fourth?
Marcel Dion?
No.
Oh.
Or who is fourth, I should say.
Phil Esposito?
No, they're at 766. Another
Yager.
Another lifer.
Jaromir Jagr.
Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jagr played forever until
He played
2018, I think.
He did. 1990 to 2018.
I mean, it's 28 years.
Yeah. It's a long
Who
freaking time.
plays any sport that long?
Well, Gordie
It's
Howe,
just-
34 years.
I mean, I'm with Graz 14 years, and I'm
Ovechkin, 30.
dying to retire.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not. Graz, take
14.
it easy.
Take it easy. Graz.
I hope you feel better,
I hope
Graz.
you
I
feel better.
really do.
Yes.
I mean, I know you
I
text.
do
I was in
too.
the middle of doing some stuff. Oh, Bobby's not even fucking telling me.
My co-host of 14
And you know what I was going to
years.
do?
Don't
He
even
writes to me.
respond.
He writes, he goes, I'm not stopping until, he goes, my co-host for 14 years could care less that I don't feel good. And I was just going to write back, couldn't.
Couldn't care less.
It's couldn't care less. But we're not going to go for the English lesson today. Sorry.
No.
So anyway, it was really exciting day over there, and they had they made quite a production out of it. But you think about some of these people paid $700, $800, $900, $2,000, $3,000 to come down and watch this game today.
Wait, that's what tickets were going for?
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
to go see this game.
Oh,
A lot of
jeez.
Capital fans, and it just
Imagine
made
you
me
bought
think,
that ticket in the beginning of the year and you just had it.
well, if you had it, you paid
Right.
very little for it.
Yeah.
Comparatively little for it. But now if it was going like on, on the open market from people who were selling out because Islander fans who just want to make a couple of dollars now.
Yeah.
All right, Capital fans are
I
going to want
would.
this ticket. So today they were going for like thousands, a couple of $1,000
You could
for a hockey. And what if he didn't score? You go buy a T-shirt. What do you do?
Yeah, but you got to imagine they were gonna, they're gonna feed him heavy to get that.
No, I knew
to
they
get
would.
that goal.
I knew he was
because
getting
you're not
it.
gonna delay it till you get home again. I mean, it would have been nice. Did you know that he didn't want to go on the ice for the empty net the other day when he had
Right.
tied the record?
Right, I heard
Yeah,
that. Yes,
Yeah. He,
I was
you
talking-
could
I was
see him
talking
on
to
the
Vinny.
bench.
He said he won't do.
He won't. He wouldn't do it.
He won't do an open netter,
No,
which would be a lame way to get a record.
it would be. It would be.
It's like getting the RBI record on a walk.
Yeah. And the goal I saw him make, I mean, I only saw the clip of the goal, but that's a classic from the dot, top of the point, Ovechkin
He
goal.
fired that.
He fired that thing like he has done for 30
He
years.
was out there.
Yeah.
But it was really it was quite impressive. I mean, unfortunately, I'll go back. It's a very busy area back there, and
It's a nice goal.
we don't really get to watch everything as it's unfolding. But we saw the whole back show, the whole back house kind of stuff going on that prepared for this moment. And as far, they took the nets off. They unstringed the nets at the end. To sell them. I guess they're
Really?
sending them to the Hall of Fame.
They're going to the Hall of Fame.
They probably
Wow.
gonna sell. And you know what they did? The
Wow.
Zambonis go out and they do the ice.
Yeah.
And usually when they're done, we have this guy, the two Zamboni drivers, dump the whole truck into a pit. Which
pit.
is it's all filled with like snow from the shavings off the top of the ice.
Okay.
So they dump it all in, and it's like a dumpster full of snow when they dump it.
Right.
Today they bucketed the snow, put it in 5-gallon, similar to Grazaday's pickle buckets, 5-gallon buckets,
Yeah.
no shit included, and they're going to make commemorative pucks with the water when it melts on a crystal puck, commemorating the goal that he skated on this ice.
He skated on
On
that
this
ice.
ice.
Oh
His
my God.
blades.
You know, they've been thinking about this in
touch
a, in,
this
a, in a
ice.
conference room at the NHL headquarters
Yeah.
for a while.
And I got to say,
How can we make the most amount of money off this?
I'd buy a commemorative puck. I don't think I'd have pure confidence that the ice is pure Ovechkin ice.
And what do you have to do? Keep it in your freezer?
No, it's going to be water.
It's going to be water.
So they're bucketing this up, and they
Oh
got
my
it,
God.
and they're putting lids on it.
Come
And I
on.
was like, basically, what you're going to do, they had 20 buckets. I said, basically, what you're going to do is you're going to have 20 buckets of water.
No.
Yes.
This is what they have. They have 1,000 cases of Poland Spring. Okay? And they're sitting there
Expired.
with these containers, and they're just pouring it in, and they're laughing hysterically because people are going to pay big money for that.
But think about this. See, if you say that we did it, and there's plenty of witnesses, and there's a lot of people who say, yes, we bucketed the ice. We bucketed the shavings off the ice, first period, second period, third period. They even labeled what period they were from.
Yeah.
Right? If you say that you did, and then you do what you're saying, and just fill more, who's to know?
Right.
They're going to say, yes, I
Yeah.
saw them
Oh,
bucket
yeah.
the ice.
It must be.
It's
Because
from-
you're not going to know how many they sell.
It's like, years and years ago, the Beatles stayed in a hotel in Manhattan, and the owner of the hotel, to make some money, took all the towels from the hotel room, cut them up into little tiny postage stamp sized things, and put them on a card and said, actual towel used by Beatles. And it was like like this.
I think-
Tiny little thing.
I think we're getting a phone call, Bobby.
We're not taking calls yet, so let's just hang up on whoever that is.
Oh, shut up. You didn't even ask me if I was okay. So, you haven't even texted me to find out how
All right, have a good day, sir.
And
Thank
I
you for
text-
calling.
Hello, Limo Talk. You're on the air. Who's this?
I don't have the earphones on.
Listen, let me ask you something. I thought the Islander fans were a little bit, they were trying to jack up the prices on the tickets today. There was like people asking for $1,500 a ticket.
Of course.
What, this is surprising you? 1,500. I heard
Yeah,
more than that. I heard 3,000.
You make most of your season back if you're a season ticket holder. I would.
Yeah, but you kind of didn't you think you kind of price gouge these people out of it?
No. You're not price gouging anything. You're getting fair market
You
value.
don't
for
have to
something.
buy it.
You don't have. Yeah, I have to. I want to go to the game.
You
I
don't
want to
have
go
to
to.
go?
I want to go to the World Series, and I want Game 7. And somebody happens to have tickets to Game 7. If I have tickets to Game 7, guess what I'm doing with them? Selling them.
Yeah, but what do you think they're going to get for this ticket? Are they really? Because I have a friend that.
It's not what you're going to get for the ticket. It's that you wanted to
It's
be
what
there.
somebody's willing to pay. That's what you're going to get.
You're not selling the
But only-
ticket. See, the other issue was, and we spoke about this pregame, was people wanted tickets that were hard tickets. They wanted printed tickets that not just something off their phone. I mean, will you sell somebody a screenshot or put it up on your mirror and take your phone and leave it in, leave it up in the corner of your mirror like you used to do with concert tickets?
Right.
You
Yes.
can't do that anymore. So they wanted hard tickets. So they wanted to go to the box office and get a printed ticket.
Like
It'll-
Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Yeah.
where he's like fixing his hair in the mirror and he's got pictures of himself.
Commemorative puck for $25, right?
I don't know how much the puck is going to be, but I think it's going to be more than that. They said it's going to be like a crystal engraved puck with the ice remnants, which will be called water, inside the puck, which would be cool. And you probably can shake it up, and there's probably a snowman in there. And I don't know, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with these people selling these tickets if somebody's willing to pay it.
Yeah.
If game time came around and nobody paid the $1,500 or $2,000 for the ticket, they would drop their price and they would sell it for $600, $300, $200, whatever the hell it was. But they didn't. They bought them. The place was sold out. There was 17,000 people in there. That's the capacity there, and it was filled, and it was really nice to see. So
You've been working there a lot. How was it? How was the juice? A lot of juice?
The juice was good. Good juice.
Good juice.
We had some serious juju.
Was it juicy?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was a good crowd. I mean, Islander fans cheered for him. I got to say, there was probably more Capital fans. People walking by me, I'm going like this. They were like a family of 5, and they're all wearing Capitals jerseys. And I go, so Capital fans? And they're like, yeah, no shit. No shit. But
Welcome.
yeah, so there was a lot of them.
Did you find anybody got scammed, not being able to get in, having fake tickets?
No, I wasn't anywhere near where the doors was. I don't know. I mean, if that happened.
Were you down by? Were you in your?
2 hours before on the ticket exchange on Facebook, people were asking for $1,500 to $2,000 for the.
And they were
ticket.
getting it. And I heard some people paid $3.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
Holy shit!
I don't know.
Holy shit.
I'd be paying
And
$3,000 for a ticket to see.
Listen.
I mean, I know it's history and all, but I mean,
What you don't,
That's a
what you're
lot.
forgetting, is we're just regular people that live in
yeah,
the suburbs.
it's all relative.
These
to,
are
right.
people who have silly, ridiculous money to spend on stuff like this. I don't have it. I don't. I'm working it. Right? I'm not going to it.
Yeah, but you saw it for free.
Right?
Well, actually, you got paid to see it.
Well, it's still never the same. But
Did you plan on that? I don't mean to interrupt. Did you plan on that working today? Because you.
no, I wasn't supposed to. And it was getting so they were selling the tickets were selling so fast because it got to the point where they realized today was the day that Ovechkin was going to probably break the record, had the chance to. I called up and I emailed them. I was like, if you need somebody, put me on, because I wasn't on. I was at the Garden last night. I was on the Garden Friday and Saturday night, and I wasn't planning on working a 12 o'clock game today because I had to be there at 10. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And then when I saw that it was really busy, it was getting crazy, I said, you know what, put me on. So I went.
Did you actually see the goal? Were you in the arena?
We were right there, but it was like, you're looking at it from a couple hundred feet away. It was like, no, I
What,
didn't actually
did you
see
see him
the
slide?
actual. I saw him slide. I did see that.
Right.
Because when I heard the crowd, I looked and I saw him. But it was cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then we got to shut it down. We got to shut down our area. And they do all kinds of crazy stuff at the UBS, which they don't do stuff like this at the Garden. They don't have like the little skaters go on and play a 2-minute hockey game on the Islanders' ice. They continued with all that. They did that.
The Islanders do that.
They do. And they have it in between the periods.
Right.
And they have the kids ride the Zamboni, what I call the Scamboni, because it's not
Scamboni.
really a Zamboni.
Right.
It's just a thing that drives around the ice.
It's just a ride along
And
toy.
yeah, because they used to remember years ago somebody would pay to drive on the Zamboni. They'd get on the Zamboni and sit next to the Zamboni driver. Now they have like 7, 8, 9, 12 kids, whatever, get on this, what I call the Scamboni. And they're not cleaning the ice, not doing anything. They're just driving around
Right.
and coming back in a minute and a half. In a minute and a half, I think. And
That's it. A minute.
and they
and a
come
half.
back and they but they have fun. A minute and a half to a little kid is
I know you mentioned it before. How long was the ceremony?
about 20 minutes. The
That's
goal
not
was
bad.
scored at about 1:45, I would say, and they didn't start playing again till after 2. So it was like 2:05, 2:06, whatever it was. They started
Did
playing.
you get any memorabilia yourself?
That's a good break.
No. I'm not a memorabilia person. I do not. I couldn't care less. I just. And by the way,
But
it's,
I'm there. You're there. You're getting paid. You think you maybe paid $25 for that puck, and at least have it, And maybe
That
one day
puck.
you may go to a signing, and Ovechkin might sign it for you. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I don't want his signature. I don't need his signature. I don't get excited about stuff like that. I just don't. Sorry.
I've never been a memorabilia guy.
I don't want anything anymore. I had my Tom Seaver stuff and
I don't want
86,
anything.
86 Mets, stuff like that.
You trying to be a
69 Mets.
minimalist?
And I'm like, what am I going to do with it? It's just dust collecting shit, A puck. Put it back on the shelf. I was at the game. And least of all, when you leave that stuff to people, when your day comes and you leave it,
They don't
you know
want
what
it.
they do? Throw it in the fucking garbage or sell it. They don't want it. And my kids are
Well, they
very
want your
Baseball cards.
stuff.
I'll take your baseball cards.
all right. My kids are very much not into it either. They're not. They're not into signatures. They're not into like I look at these people with the autographs and the all the memorabilia they have. I got this picture signed by Tug McGraw in 1973. You gotta believe, and I love it. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, great.
Yeah,
You know,
people like
and then,
that.
but to come up to me today and say, I have a picture of Lance Johnson from 1997 who got 227. Who gives a fuck? I mean, I don't want it. I don't want anything. I don't want anything signed by anybody. I don't care. I don't want it. So I'm way past that. Somebody better come to me
Bobby,
and ask me for my signature.
Why won't you? So what about the cards? Like you don't even like.
I would
the
love to
baseball
sell
cards?
them off. I would. I'd love to sell them off. Just take the whole package. I don't want to go one by one. I don't want to do that shit where I'm going on eBay going, well, this is the 1975 Del Unser Met card, and I'm going to sell it for $3.44 because that's what it says in the book.
Right.
And, you know, and somebody's going to buy it on eBay, and I got to
Well,
pay. I don't want to make a business out of anything. I want to take the whole fucking collection, all the years I got, the 70s, the 80s, whatever, and sell it all for somebody for like $5,000 to $10,000 and say, here, take it. There's a lot of rookies in there you might make money off of, whatever the hell it is, but just please.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to value each card to see what the whole lot is.
You know what
No,
I learned just
it's
now?
all or
That
nothing
Del
at all.
Unser is the card at Bobby's
Yeah,
house.
but how do you put a value on it?
I'm putting up a number.
That's it.
10,000.
Just 10,000.
Yeah.
No matter what's in there.
I don't give a shit.
Well, but the person
I'm-
paying the 10,000 is gonna give a shit.
But that's their problem.
Well, but
If I have Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire rookies, and I got Dwight Gooden rookies, well, everybody did coke. Look at that. All these fucking guys did coke. Darryl Strawberry rookies.
You got a bunch of juice heads.
Off their baseball card.
You know?
What's a
no, but
Barry
I have-
Bonds card?
I
worth?
have like Randy Johnson rookies and
Right.
and I have Nolan Ryan. I have
What kind of
Tom
condition are we
Seaver.
talking about?
I have Tom. Yeah. There's all kinds of conditions. There's mint and there's less than mint.
I mean, are they in jackets? Are they just
a
out?
lot of them are in jackets. They're in books.
They're in books.
What's your
That's good.
number one card?
My favorite card ever was, I think,
Yep.
a 1971 Tom Seaver.
It
was a black
It's
rim.
got to be a Seaver card.
It was a black rim card, and it had Mets in orange on top, and it Seaver just like they used to make them pose for like a pitch. You know, that's what it had.
All right. Hey,
I love
Ricky,
that
all your
card.
boys are saying hello to you. Bonnie Scalisi and Bruno Capolo and to Pat Walsh and myself and Ann Rothney and Gotham Gold Graz, and that's about it.
So nobody said hello to me.
No, they all say hello to you. They all love you.
Actually,
no,
Pat
no.
Walsh says Graz sounds fine to him. He should get his ass in here. Take off his
Yeah,
yoga
yeah,
pants.
what-
My
what
wife
is it?
won't let me. My
Won't
wife
let
won't
you?
let me. My wife told me she didn't want me to get you guys sick. To be
Turn
honest with you. So
tell her to-
she
tell-
told me no.
Tell
Huh?
me, tell her.
What was it
What?
looking out for? You do. You
Tell
do
her
sound
staying
a little
home
sick.
is going to make you sick.
Well, this is going to make
Yeah,
her
well-
sick.
How's Vinny doing? Is Vinny in there?
Vinny is here. Vinny's doing fine.
Vinny's good. He's
Vinny got a
Where's
haircut.
Vinny? Are you an Islander fan or a Ranger fan?
Vinny got a haircut.
I don't really watch hockey too much, but I've been to a few Islanders games, so I probably do prefer them. If I had to pick.
have you been
That's
to you've been to UBS,
Disappointing,
right?
Vinny.
I believe so, yeah.
You believe so? You're not
You
sure?
don't know where you went.
It's been so long since I've been to an
Well, it's
Islander.
only open for a couple of years.
It's open 3 years.
So probably
The fourth
not.
season
Probably
there.
not. Yeah, I probably went to their old
Is it the
arena.
fourth season?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it must have been like fucking 7 or 8 years ago we went to an Islander. So,
What are you doing? Why are you locking me out of the house? Come on.
This is a good
this is
program.
Are you
live,
getting-
live
Are
entertainment.
you getting locked out of the house, Graz?
Yeah, he's getting
You
locked.
never just locked me out of the house.
You know what? You give him a
It's not
chance.
about me. You just locked me out of the house.
Given the chance, they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, opportunity.
He's out. He
kno-
went out.
opportunity knocks. You take advantage.
You're like Fred Flintstone banging on the door.
Now we
Can
can
I come
drive
sit in
here.
the outside area and just talk to you guys?
Hi, Cooper.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Well,
Tell
let's
Cooper
get
I
back
said
and go
hello.
in there.
What?
All right. I'll see you. Maybe I'll see you in a little while. Goodbye.
All right.
Oh, now
once
he's coming?
again,
What, now he's coming?
he gives us the old
not.
"I'm not coming," and then he's gonna come. He gets on the phone. Are you on the phone still?
Yeah, but I miss you guys. What's the problem, Bobby?
Nothing. Just fucking stop talking and get here.
Do not come.
Do not come. No, come.
Like
Wait,
Kamala Harris
I have a
said.
chair right here for you. Nice.
I'm coming.
Nice chair.
Come on, Graz. Pat Walsh said you sound fine.
You do. You don't sound sick to me. I'm
Really-
not buying
he
it.
sounded sick before,
I don't
but
know.
now he sounds fine. So I don't know what's going on.
So get the fuck over here.
Graz, you
Anyway.
there? He's not there.
Anyway, we had a Friday night and Saturday night. I worked at the Garden,
You
and I
worked the
wanted
Garden?
to work. I wanted to work the Mets opening series, but the union guy tells you where you're going to go. So I get on the phone and I go, "Listen, I want to work the Mets." He goes,
Must be
"No."
one of those union things.
He goes, "No, I don't want to. I'm not sending you to the Mets opening day. I need you at the Garden." He goes, "The Garden is our priority, and we need to fill it, and we got to make sure that we have enough people there. So you're going to the Garden if you're going anywhere." I said, "All right." So Friday night I'll go to the Garden. All right, fine. So I go to the Garden Friday night, and then he goes, "And Saturday, you can go Saturday too." So I did, all right, Friday, Saturday. So I'm not going to Citi Field. No, don't need you at Citi Field. Need you at the Garden. And I heard Citi Field was short people, but all right, whatever. The Garden is their bread and butter. That's what they call it. They're
Right.
like, that's their thing.
Right. That
So
gets
they don't ever
serviced
want to lose
first.
that contract at the Garden. So he makes sure he overstaffs. It's done.
Right.
So I go there. Now I'm thinking Kylie Minogue. Now to paraphrase what he said to me on the phone, he says to me, "Go to the Kylie Minogue concert." He goes, "There'll be a lot of women there." I didn't know that what he meant when he said a lot of women there. He said he really meant was there's a lot of guys dressed as women there. That's what it was. It was all really cross-dressing gay
Really?
crowd. I mean, predominantly. I'm talking 75%.
75% are men dressed up as women?
No, 75% gay.
Right.
I'm saying. That's my estimate. And not that there's anything wrong with that. But they were,
No.
when you see a man with a full beard and lipstick and a wig and an eyeliner, it's a little eye-opening. Just saying.
Yeah.
Not that if that's what makes him happy, or her, whatever you want to call it, that's fine with me. I don't care, but I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that
Right.
the ratio. I didn't expect that. It was like, it was a handful of straight people, but not many. And
Well, it's Kylie Minogue. I mean, Kylie Minogue, what, 80s?
she was 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't really know her stuff, but she did the Locomotion, which somebody says that was her best song, and I'm going, the best.
That was the best song?
The best song. That was the Locomotion was a song done by Grand Funk Railroad in the 70s, I think.
Wow.
And before that, it was done by somebody called Little Eva or something. But it's not even her song, so I don't know. That's her best. But I'll tell you what. Watch the show. I got to see the whole thing from the loft over by Section 204 at the Garden.
Right.
And she's actually really good. And she really looks good.
I was going to say, how was the show?
She's good. She's really, really good. She's a
that's
good
good.
performer. She's very, very nice to people. So
Started
I
for-
understand.
1987, she's been going.
Right.
She's been going strong.
She's 56 years old.
Yeah.
She looks great for
my
56
age.
years old. And the crowd loves her. And I understand how certain people gravitate to this type of personality because she's a very accepting, very good person. You
Right.
could see it.
Mhm.
You could see it. And in a world where people
She sang
aren't
Betty Davis house?
necessarily accepted for what they are, this is somebody who gives them a home. And that's fine.
Right.
That's okay with me.
Yeah.
But I just didn't expect the number, the amount. Purses,
Purses?
lipstick, eyeliner, makeup, glitter, stockings, mesh, a lot of mesh.
A lot of mesh.
Yeah, a lot of mesh shirts.
An abundance of mesh.
Overmeshed.
Okay.
All right, we're overmeshed, babe. But,
Too much mesh is not a good thing.
and I can promise you
Depends on where
this,
it's placed.
I can pretty much promise you that there wasn't many people in that crowd who were what I would consider a red state person. so that's fine. I mean, whatever.
State
Well, if I mentioned Trump, I would have been under a train.
oh, come
you know.
on.
No, they don't want to hear that.
Well,
But anyway, the thing was, it was a really good show. It really was, and they were really, really nice people.
really good
There,
show.
there wasn't. They were all. I mean, it makes you sit there and say to yourself,
I can't believe this list is. I'm still going through the list of
her
songs.
She's been around a long time.
Jesus.
One of her albums, the
This
disco
is
album,
ridiculous.
was really good. She played some songs. She did an album over the course of the pandemic. Some of the songs were really, really good. Nice songs. I mean, I was
The
very
list goes
impressed.
on here. This is crazy.
She's been around a long time. She
Yeah.
even did, I'll never forget, years ago on on an Australian show, because I think she's from Australia.
She's Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on an Australian show for New Year's Eve. She did a song called Dance Tonight with Paul McCartney on the show. They did it as a duet. I'm saying he's doing a song with her. Wow. I saw the video. And
Dance Tonight?
yeah, Dance Tonight, which probably won't be listed there. It was only a one-time performance.
Right.
But
No.
it was pretty cool. I mean, I thought she was good.
Dance to the Music. Is that that's 2024?
I mean, she did this.
It's a new
I don't
song.
know if it's her song, but there's a song that Tonight a DJ Saved My Life. She did that. But it was very well done. A very good show.
Very
I mean,
nice.
would I pay for a ticket? No.
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 Well, not your cup of tea.
But it sounded, you know what it sounded like? I'd compare it to like a little mixture of like ABBA
Okay.
and maybe a little Blondie. She started doing these like little raps.
Right.
Not rap, but just like little song, phrasing. Yeah, it was good. She was good, I gotta say.
By the way, just to put a bow on that record there, so it was the same amount of games, 1,487. But Ovechkin has scored 895 and Gretzky has 894.
In the same number of games?
Same number of games.
That's still, to me, that's still very uncanny.
Right?
That's just, how does that happen?
How does that even happen? It took 1,487 games to score 894 goals for Wayne Gretzky. Ovechkin needed 1,487 to score 895.
Wow. That's quite an amazing feat.
Records are made to be broken.
They are made to be broken.
I mean, it is. I mean, but, you look at other records like I'm a golf fan. So, watching Jack Nicklaus do what he did, okay, I didn't really... I really remember only his Masters win when he was like 46. That's kind of what I remember of Jack Nicklaus. But I always, watched his stuff. My grandfather watched golf and tennis and stuff, so I'd watch with him. But he, and then when Tiger Woods came around, and really I'm watching Tiger like, if anybody is,
he was set to
lived
do
through
it.
that. He was, it wasn't even set to do it. Tiger was going to blow the doors off of the 19 majors of Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
That was the talk back in, let's say, 2000, 98. I mean, he's winning Pebble Beach by 14 strokes.
Yep.
He is absolutely destroying people. And not even so much, I loved watching Tiger Woods too because he was so intimidating. Like, guys would lose just walking onto the first tee.
It was very
Because they
similar.
just knew,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm beating. He mentally just checked you out of the game.
He did.
He did.
And he would
just
shoot
because of his
ridiculously low scores.
Right.
And you'd sit there going, I can't
And
catch up to this.
Right. And he had the game to
You
back it up.
do one bogey, you're fucking done.
Oh, my God. Tiger was just, and then, the accident and the injuries and the back and the knee and the...
His wife beating him up with a golf club.
Yeah,
his
and
golf.
all the troubles he went through.
But the thing was, Tiger
went
Woods...
sideways.
Tiger Woods and Mike Tyson going into a ring, and I can't think of somebody else that was that. I remember when Dwight Gooden first came up, they were like, nobody can hit this guy. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And he's going to win the Cy Young Award every year.
Yeah.
Well, he won
He's
one.
just gonna, yeah.
And Tiger Woods fizzled out. Jack Nicklaus's
Well, he's got 14 majors. I
14.
mean,
No, but I'm just saying he fizzled
Say
before
fizzle
because
out.
they didn't say. I don't know. I shouldn't have used the word fizzled out, but he just
well, he
did what he did,
went sideways.
and then it was downhill after that.
Yeah.
And he got sidetracked. But Nicholas,
He got really sidetracked.
I guess that one's not going to get touched. Who else could possibly do it?
I don't know how you could. I mean, Tiger was winning Grand Slams. He was winning all 4 majors in 1 year.
Right.
I mean, that's how he got there so
Guy was
quickly.
playing. He was playing when he was 3 years old.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't have. I mean, you have guys that are winning, but you don't have them winning at the pace that Tiger Woods was winning at. Like Steve Scheffler, who was like #1 in the world, let's say, last year. I don't know where he is now. He's probably still, in the top 10. I mean, great golfer, but he was winning a lot. And now, this year, I don't think he's won yet. You know what I mean? So
I always liked Phil Mickelson.
love Phil Mickelson. Being a lefty, I always loved Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, Phil's great. He's on that Live tour now. He's not on the PGA tour anymore.
I know.
He took the money and
Like the WHA,
ran over there. Well,
USFL.
Yeah. Kind of is what it is. But the Masters is next week, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, coming up.
I was watching a game, the UFL game. Now, what do we got here? We got a spring football league.
Spring football league.
Is it a continuation of something that started that I didn't know about? I mean, is it XFL and somebody else merged? USFL.
I don't.
I don't know. These leagues just don't make it.
No.
And I don't even know why they keep trying. Because I don't see where it's going to survive.
Because somebody always thinks I can do it better than what the XFL did. I could do it better than what the other one did. I mean, you are not touching the NFL. I'm sorry.
The NFL is so big. I mean, it's so many billions. It might even be closer to $1 trillion. I mean, it's like you can't compete. I mean, you can agree.
No.
And the point is not competing. It's about not so much about drawing crowds. It's about drawing star players to bring in the crowds. You're going to pay somebody 10, 15 million a year when you're not even bringing in 5 million.
You would have to have a situation like Live Golf had, where you've got these Saudis with billions of dollars to just throw hundreds of millions of dollars at the players to bring enough of them over to get people to watch.
That's right.
You can't go get one football player and
bring
him over.
You need Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You need
right.
Guys who have billions of dollars.
You need guys with tens of billions of dollars, or like your owner, Mr. Cohen. Mr. Cohen
I even remember,
throw a couple of little fish naggles out there.
I remember when Donald Trump owned the team in the USFL in the 80s. I think he owned the New York Generals or the New Jersey Generals, whatever, Jersey Generals. And it was a flop.
Right.
I think he had Herschel Walker on the team. It was
I think he did. Well, most of that stuff
But they just couldn't draw the revenue. They couldn't bring in the revenue. Teams would fold up mid-season, and who wants to continue? My father, when I was a kid, bought tickets to what was then the World Football League. We had tickets to Downing Stadium in Randall's Island to watch the New York Stars. He bought season tickets. He bought season tickets, and they had on the first game they had seat cushion night because Randall's Island, Downing Stadium,
You're on the water.
Was all concrete. Everything was concrete. It was like sitting on concrete bleachers.
Like under the Tri-Borough?
And your backrest was the bottom of another concrete seat.
Right.
So it was a bench, a concrete bench. So first night they had New York Stars seat cushion night. So your ass wouldn't just, get beat up on that concrete all game. And they kept thinking they're going to maybe get into Shea or Yankee Stadium, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
And by midseason, they had freaking fled to Charlotte, and they became the Charlotte Hornets, which lasted another year, and then the whole league folded up.
Right, it just went.
But there were teams I'll never forget. There were teams called the Birmingham Americans, the Portland Storm. I forget.
8 teams in the UFL, by the way. You want the names?
I know that I saw what's the New York
got the
team?
Arlington Renegades, Texas, Birmingham Stallions, the DC Defenders.
Ooh.
That's a tough one. The Houston Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats. Okay, that's a little. Yeah, you're kind of pushing it with that. I'm not playing for the Showboats.
Showboats.
You could have came up with something better.
Go Showboats.
Yeah, come on. You could have came up with something better. The Michigan Panthers.
Okay.
San Antonio Brahmas, Brahmas. I don't know what a Brahmas. I got to look up what a Brahmas is. And the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Oh, Hawks. That's my team.
The Battlehawks.
Battlehawks.
That's not bad.
But what you see, all these teams, all these cities are the same cities that they tried in the WFL. They had the Jacksonville Sharks.
Yeah.
Which all became other teams in other leagues. Jacksonville Sharks were WFL. Portland Storm, Birmingham Americans, the Hawaiians, and there was Shreveport.
In the UFL?
No, in the WFL, Shreveport.
Oh, WFL.
It was just like Larry Zonka Jim Kick and Paul Warfield all left the Dolphins and joined one of the teams, the Memphis Southmen. And
Memphis Southmen.
Yeah. And, well, it's better than Showboats.
Yeah, Showboats is a little rough.
So, and they just couldn't make it. I'm
trying to see what the heck a Brahmas is. It's not
Brahmas.
I don't know what a Brahmas is. Team that was the Brahma name is of Hindu origin, coming from the Hindu creator god. More directly, the Brahmas name comes from the American Brahman, a hybrid species crossbred from sacred zebu and American cattle that Johnson has long used as a personal mascot. That's a stretch for a freaking mascot for a team.
Someone went way too deep into the pasture.
That's really a long way to go.
Why don't they just call them the goats?
To be the freaking Brahmas.
The goats would have been a good name.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's odd.
Forget it. I can't root for a Brahmas.
Bumblebee uniforms.
I watched the game. I think they were one of the teams that played.
Yeah.
But it's not going to make it. I mean, I can tell you now, and I don't know. They sat at a table and they talked about whether this was going to fly or not, and they tell you that they think it's gonna. And I can stand here right now before they even started and tell you it ain't going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to make it.
No, it's not going to make it. You're not going to compete.
Spring is
Especially
baseball.
In the spring. Right.
You got baseball, you got the hockey playoffs, you got the NBA playoffs. And
you got March Madness.
And I'm going to go buy tickets to watch some nobodies play at a ballpark that I never heard of.
Well, you might go watch the Battlehawks.
The Battlehawks.
You would just go for the name.
I would go watch the Battle Axes.
I would watch the Green Dogs.
Ba-doom-sha.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Are we getting another phone call?
Hi, you're on the air. Limo Talk. Who is this?
Limo Talk without Graz.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby.
He sounds fine.
Peter Schwartz, who works at WFAN and does the updates, is the general manager for the Arena Football League at National
Arena Football?
Oh, the Arena.
And
I didn't mention Arena Football.
Yeah, we were talking about the UFL.
What were you talking about?
Arena Football I did not mention.
We were talking about the UFL.
Arena Football is actually coming to UBS Arena.
Yeah, really?
They're going to be the Dragons.
Yes.
Weren't
the
they
Dragons.
the Dragons already?
Yes.
The New York Dragons?
And Peter Schwartz is doing a show at our old station, and he's the general manager for the Dragons this year.
Well, there you go. And I really am perplexed by the entire Arena Football thing because most of the guys can throw a ball from one end zone to the other and hit the net. So...
Yes.
And kicking is an absolute joke in those arenas. So what they really should have is they should make the game no kicking and just make it so that it's passing and handoffs. And running plays. Field goals don't work. You can't do it. I used to watch.
They're going to get the first crowd they're going to get. They'll probably get about 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000 the opening day. But then it's going to go down steadily.
Yeah, I'm looking at tickets to the Showboats and the Roughnecks. It's one bottom tier here. You got tickets for $60 at most. Otherwise, it's $28. I can get a ticket for $22. I mean,
why would I go buy a ticket?
How much are you making? Yeah, well,
but what am I going there for? I'm going there. So what I'm looking for, what I'm doing by buying my ticket is I'm going to a place where I can go spend more money. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to buy a beer or two. I'm going to buy a hot dog. I'm going to buy popcorn. I'm going to buy a hamburger. I'm going to buy maybe something else. So I'm going to a place that's going to actually entice me into spending more money.
You're going to pay to park.
And I'm going to pay to park.
But it's for the kids. A lot of these kids haven't never gone to an NFL game or even a UFL game. So it's kind of more so geared towards the kids. And to get a $22 ticket or a $25 ticket and then spend that amount of money is a lot less than going to an NFL game.
As they sit there going,
true.
So where's Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Where's Josh Allen? Like, oh, no, they're getting paid real money to play in the NFL. We're over here watching guys who couldn't make it to the NFL. Go. Watch it.
Rich, what's the annual salary? Could you check what up on what the annual salary is going to be for each player in the Arena Football League?
It's going to be $50,000, $60,000.
What their team budget
football?
is?
Arena. Do you remember Steve Summers used to make fun of it? Arena football.
Yep. Hey, there's
in the arena
big
football
groundswelling. Well, 1 second, Rich. There's a big groundswelling to try to get Steve Summers and Joe Benigno into the Radio Hall of Fame. They were talking about it this past week.
Oh, they belong.
Oh,
Steve Summers does. Joe Beningo, I don't know, but Steve Summers did it so long. My God.
Yeah. So what did you say, Rich?
Players, let's see. In the Arena Football League, players typically earn around $200 to $250 per week, with potential for raises based on loyalty and performance.
Did you get like me for a minute, thinking maybe it's 250,000, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I was too.
$250 a week.
It was going to be 25,000, even 20,000. They're making $200 a game.
It's $200.
So what the guy
week.
does? The guy does is he closes up the cigar shop, and he runs to go play a football game like we do when we played softball in Rockville Center.
If they paid you $200 a week for the whole year, it's $10,400. That's for 52 weeks.
Tryouts. You know the bubble in Farmingdale, the soccer bubble on Fulton Street, Rich?
Yeah.
Over by the old bowling alley.
Farmingdale Lanes. Yep.
Yeah, there's tryouts this Tuesday and next Tuesday from 9 to 11 in the evening for prospective players that want to play.
It'll be packed.
How's that? Huh?
It's going to be packed.
Yeah.
Listen, if it says the winning team receives a $50 bonus each week. Players on the winning team.
All right, Vinny just
so instead of $225, you can make $275.
Oh, that's a raise.
Yeah,
that's for a prime player.
That's bonus.
What did Vinny say?
Vinny Zito said he's listening. So he said XFL merged with another league. He goes, and The Rock runs it.
Oh,
yeah,
Dwayne?
The UFL. It's the
UFL.
They're in it for 2 or 3 years already. I didn't know.
That's where the Brahmas
I saw it just the other day. I was watching TV, and I saw them on like Channel 5 or something.
Yeah.
And I watched
Melissa,
the game.
they're asking me to come to the studio. Can I go, Melissa? Whatever you want, Aunt. She's like pissed off at me. Don't talk to me. It's like shit all day.
She's going to yell at you. She's going to be mad.
She is yelling at me.
Yeah, I would think so.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
How's she feeling?
Rich,
what?
Vince, seriously now, I mean, like, would you put your kid on the line to go make $10,000 for 5 months worth of playing arena football? Because those guys can get hurt over there, too, you know what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
not. No.
That's what I'm saying. The only way I would do this if my kid was really good, maybe he was in Division II or Division III and didn't get any looks and wants to showcase his talent and plays really well for the Dragons and maybe gets seen or gets a tryout.
Well, that's the whole point, though. It's like, so what you're really doing is using it as a minor league, springboard to maybe get into the NFL. Because you don't want to stay there.
Yes.
You're not putting a 20-year career into the Arena Football League. You're not putting a 20-year career into the UFL because 20 years, it won't even be remembered. It'd be gone.
Richie, who's the most famous arena football player that they have listed?
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie played arena football?
I'm only kidding.
Remember Flutie? I remember Flutie.
I got both of you at the same time. That was great.
Flutie Flakes. I had Flutie cornflakes. I had a big box of Flutie Flakes.
I noticed the guy that
Arena Football League, 20 greatest players. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Go.
Number 1, Eddie Brown. Played for the Alabama Indiana
Never heard of him.
Firebirds. Indiana Firebirds.
He's a wide receiver, wasn't he? Wide receiver, Rich?
He was an offensive specialist, it says. A specialist was a player other than a quarterback or a place kicker who was exempt from the league's one platoon system. In the original arena football system, 6 of the 8 players on each team were required to play both offense and defense. So I guess he played both sides of the ball. So he was their best player. Barry Wagner.
Household name.
Ranks second as wide receiver, defensive back. Played for the Orlando Predators and the San Jose SaberCats.
Did any of these guys turn pro? Any of these guys play for the NFL?
No, they just turned to drugs.
Eddie Brown, their number 1 player, born October 2nd, 1969, nicknamed Touchdown. How appropriate.
You know what the only thing I remember from the XFL was?
He actually played football at Louisiana Tech.
The only thing I remember from the XFL was a guy who wore a jersey that said, "He hate me."
He hate me.
Oh yeah.
And Opie and Anthony did the halftime show.
Remember? He hate me.
He hate me.
He hate me, and the other one was Smart. Wasn't that guy's name Smart?
I don't know. He hate me.
And Opie and Anthony were the guys that did the halftime show at the beginning.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Do you know who Eddie Brown is? Eddie Brown is the
isn't it?
father of NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown.
Come on.
Oh,
Wow.
Vinny! What timing, Vinny? Excellent. Yes. How about that? The father of Antonio Brown. Super Bowl MVP Antonio Brown for the Pittsburgh Steelers, by the way.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
so who's
Yeah.
number 20 on that list?
Who's number two? Oh, geez. Hold on. Number 20 on the all-time list?
Yeah.
Bob McMillan, a fullback linebacker, played for the Arizona Rattlers and the Chicago Rush. Born
I got a
1970.
Rush. I want a Rush T-shirt, man.
He was most recently the head coach of the Los Angeles Kiss of the Arena Football League. Played
Kiss. We had a fucking team called the Kiss.
We have the team called the Los Angeles Kiss in the Arena Football
You
League.
sure that wasn't in the ladies' lingerie football league?
No.
I used to like
the
lingerie
varsity-
football.
Yeah. He played
Bobby,
for...
the varsity team had a party on Friday night, an 80s party, and everybody showed up in 80s paraphernalia and everything else. I went to Looney Tunes on Friday, and I bought a couple of shirts. I bought a Looney Tunes shirt, and I bought a what was it? What I boy? What was the 80s
boy?
band?
What,
was?
boy?
What? Oh, Guns N' Roses.
Hey, boy.
So I wore a Guns N' Roses.
You know
shirt
where
on
we
Friday
are?
night.
We're in the jungle, baby.
That was the for the 80s party?
Yes.
How was it? You guys
and
raised
kudos
lots of
to-
money? Hey,
listen,
what
I
are
wanna
they...
wish, Jack Malloy. I want to wish Jack Malloy a recovery. He got a little hurt yesterday, so we're hoping Jack gets so good. He's going to be out for about 3 weeks to a month.
Oh, no,
How did
really?
he get hurt?
How did he get hurt?
My wife doesn't want me to talk about it on the air. I'll tell you guys off the air.
Oh, so good job
Somebody-
bringing it up.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a good idea. No, do not talk about that on the air.
I want to wish all the best to a friend of mine.
Vinny DeSanti?
What?
You want to wish the best to a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I can't tell you who.
Oh.
Goodbye. I'm getting off. Goodbye. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. I hate you guys.
We'll talk to you in about 12 minutes.
Good friend of mine. I want to wish you the best.
Yes. Can you tell me who it is?
No.
By the way, the number 20th player finished his career as the league's second all-time leading rusher in the Arena Football League with 1,514 career yards.
Wow. You know what?
1,500 career yards, but it's arena football. So it's not really a lot of running, right? It's more of a passing game.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So
1,500 yards.
1,500
What,
career
he
yards.
play 2 games?
Some guys have that in a season. Right. He ranks second in the league in rushing attempts at 484 and fifth in rushing touchdowns with 85.
You know what used to crack me up? It's like Canadian Football League, the CFL. They go, our field is bigger.
Doug Flutie played in that, I think.
I know he did.
Yes.
And our field is bigger. It's 110 yards. Why?
Oh, please.
Fuck cares about your 110 yards? Do you think it makes you better because you're 110 yards?
No.
And the field, instead of being 50 yards wide, was 55 yards wide. Bigger field. You know, I'm like, so? Well, you're just making change for the sake of change. It's not a better product. It's not a better game. You know, and the Canadian Football League lasted for a long time. So,
Yeah.
you know, but still, it's not the NFL. You got the NFL. Why do I need something else? If I want to watch minor league stuff, I'll go watch minor league baseball. And you can call your football league, even though they're not going to be affiliated with any team, you could call it minor league football. And that might make more sense than trying to compete with the NFL. You can't.
Right.
You cannot compete with the NFL.
Kurt Warner, another.
I remember him.
Thank you, Mike Bott.
He played in
Mike Bott throwing that up there.
He played in the arena football.
He did play for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Played for the Amsterdam Admirals,
And that was prior to the NFL.
that was
and
NFL Europe. The
Yeah.
Amsterdam Admirals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people. The knock on him was like, he's an arena football quarterback. You know, but he did well, very well.
Greatest show on turf.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Well, I like Kurt Warner a lot. I
Yeah.
did. I really did.
yeah. He's
And,
good on the.
I thought the Giants gave him a raw deal, but
Well, Giants got their own stuff going on. You got a draft coming up in a month too, by the way. And Aaron Rodgers
What do you
still
think?
does not have a team.
I know that's okay.
So,
what do you think of the Wilson signing?
What Zach Wilson? Who? The wide receiver?
No, Giants.
Oh, Giants. Oh, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, quarterback.
Listen, I think Some people say that's just the deal to get them to Archie Manning next year, if anybody believes that.
Archie Manning.
Archie Manning is coming out in the draft.
The grandson?
The grandson.
Yeah.
I think it's what? Is it Peyton's son? No.
It's either Peyton or
It's not Eli's son.
no, there's another brother, I think, isn't there?
Oh, Cooper.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. That's whose son it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what to make of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the guy's out of options. I mean,
I'm
right
tired
now
of
it's
you know what? I'm tired of
it's the
Aaron Rodgers.
Pittsburgh Steelers or nothing. And basically, the Pittsburgh Steelers are basically like they're not running after banging down his door.
You know,
If
you
you
know
want
what
to come
kills
here,
me?
come here. We're the Steelers.
These guys
You
that
know.
just don't go away, like Mike Francesa, you know, and Brett Favre did it.
Back
you know?
after this.
Yeah, back after this. And he's like, I'm retiring. We're going to have a whole retire week. We're going to
Right.
have a lot of guests come on, and we're going to talk about all the years of the Mike Francesa program. And we're going to say goodbye. And then you say goodbye, and 2 weeks later, he's back on doing a 1 hour
Right,
show.
he's doing another.
You know, and
yeah.
you're like, all right. Then he leaves that, and then he comes back for a half-hour show. And then he comes back, and he's doing some commercials and shit like that. Then he's back completely. Then he's gone again. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, you know what? Go away. Go away. You going to leave? Leave. Don't make us beg you to come back. Nobody
No.
wants to beg you to come back.
Nobody want to watch this dog and pony show of you deciding where to go anymore. I mean, it's over. Just pick a team, go to the team. If that's where you want to go, just go.
Honestly,
enough with all the nonsense.
the Jets should have gave him one more year, but I think they were fed up with him too. And I think the new coach wanted to start with a fresh slate.
I would totally agree with that, and I would do the same thing if I was Aaron Glenn. I would rather start with a fresh slate and, you know, and move away from the Aaron Rodgers thing. Because really, is he going to get any better? I mean, he got better maybe during the second half of last year. Okay,
What kind
but
of what
how
kind,
much better is he going to get?
Yeah, but you also got to remember, as a new coach, you're trying to establish your
Exactly.
authority. What kind of authority are you going to throw at Aaron Rodgers? You're going to be like, so what do you think of that, Aaron? Instead of saying, here's what you're going to do, Aaron.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
So they're always going to think of, let me present this to Aaron, see what he thinks. He wants to do what he wants to do. And I'm with it. I'm good with it.
I don't know.
But
what the Giants are
I
gonna
thought if
do.
they hadn't changed coaches and they hadn't fired that another miserable choice they made, I think that Aaron
Well,
Rodgers.
They kept Dable. Right? They kept the GM. I mean, everybody is still there except for Daniel Jones, who I think is on the Colts. I think he went to Indianapolis.
I just it's their whole merry-go-round now of all these fucking guys bouncing around from team to team to team.
Yeah.
Very hard to follow anymore.
Well, that's like college. The same thing now. I mean, you watch this March Madness, and by the way, we should talk about that. It was I don't know if you saw any of the Final Four.
I just happened to catch the end
phenomenal
of the
games.
Florida game last night.
Oh my God, two really great games. 4 number 1 seeds. Duke, just a heartbreaker, winning essentially the whole game, only to lose. Actually had the lead with a minute to go, and but I think Houston outscored them like 13-3 at one point during the last 5 minutes of the game. They only had like 1 field goal. But 2 really good games. I don't know. Now it's Florida, Houston. That's I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if that's going to be. It's tough to call now.
Well,
honestly, if Duke was in it, I would have picked Duke, I guess.
My son's a big Florida fan. He likes Florida.
Yeah, Florida is that. This kid Clayton. Did you see this kid?
Yeah.
This Walter Clayton Jr.
My son walked in last night. He ordered online. He gets Nick gets a Florida, like
Gators?
a jacket like this,
Right.
Oh,
okay.
and he's wearing the orange and blue, and I'm going, oh, very Met-y, very Met-like. And he's like, don't you even saw it? He's a Yankee fan, and don't even.
Your son's a Yankee fan?
Oh yeah, most of my sons are.
Have I known that?
I'm telling you now. Look at that.
Yeah. If I knew
Yeah,
that.
it's very difficult in my house. Very difficult to deal with.
So
Rangers, Giants, and Yankees.
So all opposite of you.
Yeah, so what does that tell you?
That tells me you didn't do a very good job, or
I did a very good job.
they didn't like your.
What I
they
did
didn't
was I
like your-
steered them away from the misery that I suffer. So I suffer as a Met fan waiting
Right.
for them to do something.
You didn't want that fear.
and it's not that I consciously did it. And the Islanders,
I was gonna say I didn't consciously really do anything.
it just happened because my oldest son was born in '89, and by 95 the Yankees were back in the playoffs, so he's 6 years old.
Right.
And '96 they're winning the World
timing.
Series.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say no, Rob, no, Mets, and he's like Mets, last place. I'm like, yeah, but but like.
Dad, that's terrible.
But
Dad.
we go to Shea Stadium and we go to the Met game. He goes, like, Dad, my friends don't like the Yankees and they say the Mets suck.
And the
I'm like, oh boy.
Right.
So I was like, all right. So he's hooked into the Yankees. His friends are all Yankee fans.
Mm-hmm.
The kids at school, if he showed up in a Mets shirt, would threaten him.
Yep.
And now he goes. So the Yankees win '96. They win in '98. I can't get away from it. So 99,
Subway
and now
Series.
he's 10, 11 years old. They're winning 2000. Then they play the Mets in 2000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's my chance to show them Mets.
Oh,
and the
God.
Mets lose 4-1 in that World Series. And then I'm like, all right, good. So there was a dry spell for a little while, and the Mets were all right.
Should have won game one.
Right? And then 2009, now my youngest son he's 6 years old.
World Series.
Yankees win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't fucking believe this. So he became a total Yankee fan. His brother likes the Yankees. And I'm sitting there with my Mets. We went to the World Series in 2015, but didn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And last year was a nice playoff run, but they're already entrenched, the Yankees, the Yankee guys.
Yeah. Well,
And,
now, yeah. It's too late.
And the Rangers, they love the Rangers. All their friends are Ranger fans. The Rangers won the Cup in '94. My son was 6 years old.
Listen,
You
you've raised very smart young men.
So they went with they went to
Yankee
the goal.
fans, Ranger fans. This warms
They
my
went.
heart.
They went to the winners, and I'm still stuck with I'm faithful. It's not easy, folks, being a Met
Well,
fan.
they are Giant fans, though.
Yeah,
They are
Well,
suffering.
my
I
son-
mean,
my- no,
you
my
could say
son-
the Giant fan is suffering right now,
my
big time.
my oldest son
For
is
years.
a Giants fan,
Right.
but my youngest son is an Eagles fan.
Oh my God, that's awful. I'm gonna
Very
be
rough to deal with.
I'm gonna be sick.
So
He's an Eagles fan.
he likes the Eagles. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I mean, he just likes them.
They might get rid of the tush push.
And I'm going to give him this: that the school team was the Eagles. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So,
So
but the thing is, the
high
tush
school
push.
team is the Eagles.
Yeah, but then he didn't go to Central. He went to Holy Trinity, which is the Titans. I don't know. So I just don't have anybody in my corner.
Right.
If I like,
You're a man on an island.
yeah, I'm on an island. But
You're
the
on an
girls,
island.
my
You got a Met-
daughters,
You got a
my
Met
th-
flag. got
my
an
three
Islander
daughters,
flag.
all Met fans.
Oh, there you go.
But
Smart girls.
that's the way it goes.
Right.
I think they just felt bad for me. But you know what? It's really
Well,
not. It's not easy.
they are
I tell
girls.
people this all the time. It's not. It's very easy to be a Yankee fan and talk about the championships and the money and the ballpark and the history and everything else. It's really easy to be a Yankee fan. It's very, very hard and shows dedication and loyalty to be a Met fan. It really does. Because, and you know something, there's also something else about the championships. I can tell you things about the Mets 2 World Series, specifically, because they are there's only 2 of them.
There's only 2 of them.
And there was very distinct things that happened that were odd in those World Series.
Right.
The Yankees, can you really give me something out of one of those World Series you've seen that really like, which year was that? You're going to go, which year is that? But the Mets,
Well,
little
you know,
roller
I
up
mean-
along first.
Well, Game 6. But, well, no, I mean, there are specific Yankee moments that I remember through that, but I can't say that. Listen, I can't tell you some moment, from the World Series in the 50s, the 10 World Series, whatever, other than maybe Don Larsen's perfect game or something like that. What was that, 52?
55.
55. Stuff like that. But I mean,
No, was it 55, 54, 55, something like 56? I think it was 56. Somebody look that up
56,
for us.
I could look that up. But
Because 55, the
but I
Dodgers.
know what you're saying.
The
When you have
Dodgers
so
won the World
many,
Series in
you know.
55.
I know what you're saying. Like, there's so many. Can you really, remember, all this? I mean, I remember, It was 56. Game 5 of the 56 World Series, October 8th, 1956.
Yogi jumps up.
Yogi jumps up. There it is, the everlasting image of Yogi Berra leaping into Lawson's arm upon completion of the perfect game.
Okay,
2-0.
do you know about
5 hits for the Yankees and only a 2-0 score.
Do you know that Bobby Thompson's... Wait a minute. Was it Bobby Thompson? No, Bill Mazeroski hit a home run against the Yankees in the World Series in, I think, 1960, which actually got him in the Hall of Fame because he really wasn't that great a player. He was just good.
Yes.
But he hit a home run that won the World Series, a walk-off home run, which they didn't call it walk-off then, but it was a game-winning home run. Now it's a walk-off. And he won the 1960 World Series. You know who the left fielder was? Whose head it went over?
Head it went over, 1960. No, it's not Roy White.
It was Yogi Berra.
Yogi Berra was the left fielder.
Played left field that year.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, they had Elston Howard now, and he was catching.
Well,
Yogi was getting old.
Yeah, but I mean, I know what you're saying because there's so many like you won't remember. You remember a lot of those.
So I can remember some.
I remember more of the 90s, obviously, and stuff like that. But I remember like 78. I just remember that because I was a kid.
You know what my favorite Met team is? The
So
73 team.
But I remember the Bronx Zoo growing up, you know.
Bronx Zoo, Greg Nettles.
Yeah, I mean, Nettles.
Greg Nettles was awesome.
I love Nettles. Nettles was
Greg
great.
Nettles came up with some great lines, but the best was the Sparky Lyle line. When Sparky Lyle had a horrible year in like 78 when they got Goose Gossage. And the year before, he had won the Cy Young Award. So he goes, Sparky Lyle went from Cy Young to Sayonara.
What was his nickname?
Oh, God. Craig Nettles. Craig Nettles' nickname? I don't remember.
Puff.
Thank God I didn't try to guess. Puff.
Puff.
Go get Puff.
He used to smoke cigarettes at third base. They used to call him Puff.
I remember Hernandez smoking cigarettes in the Mets dugout all the time.
Yeah,
But
he was a great defensive third baseman, Nettles.
he was awesome.
He was really
Holy cow, what a play by Nettles. That was Phil Rizzuto every day.
good. Yeah.
Diving. He was like Brooks Robinson down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw a picture of Brooks Robinson with Boog Powell the other day. Brooks Robinson looks like he's in a home. He's 80-something years old. He looks so old, my God. He just turned 81, I think. And Boog Powell still looks like Boog Powell. You know, Boog.
Hold on. They were talking about Althea. She said she was going home to eat her oatmeal.
Athea. Oh, by the way, the kid who played, Linda sent me this. The kid who played Dennis Menace, Jay North, the original Dennis Menace, passed away.
Really?
Yeah, 70-something years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
He's now
times.
resting peacefully with Mr. Wilson.
I'm sure he is. Passes away at 73. That's young, isn't it?
Yeah, come on. That's not old enough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's, I don't know, 73 young?
Well, I wouldn't call it young, but it's too young to be passing away. He had cancer.
Oh, well. That's
Oh,
not good.
Mr. Wilson. I remember the movie with Walter Matthau. Was it Walter Matthau played Mr. Wilson, I think? That was a pretty good movie.
Dennis the
It was
Menace?
funny, yeah.
Yeah?
I liked Walter Matthau. He was a great actor.
He's a good actor. Bad News Bears,
Oh, God. What a classic.
right?
Great
I mean,
movie.
it's, you know.
You know, it was before I put on the MLB. That was the MLB network. I forgot what I put on. And they're playing Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching this on the MLB network for?
Why is that on MLB?
I don't know.
I think Boston was kicking the crap out of St. Louis tonight.
So, by the way, guess what? I'm talking to my son before, Nick, and I go, you know, Graz today thinks the Red Sox are going to win the American League East. He goes, Red Sox going to win the World Series.
Really?
I was like, what? Could you name 5 people on the team? He named like 15. So I was like, well, you know, you Red Sox, okay. But
It's pretty impressive.
yeah, and he's going, they have a really good team. They do. So Graz, you know, it's possible. Nick says
18-7, the final tonight on Sunday Night Baseball. They kicked the crap out of the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
They split today. They had a comeback, the Red Sox, in the game 2. They came back and won. They lost the first game, so they took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals.
To me, the Yankees are a very good team, but you got to see with the pitching.
It's a bunch of. You know what's funny? I mean, yes, you do have to see with the pitching now. I mean,
no Cole.
No Cole, and Williams coughed up the game today. If the Yankees come back, Grisham, who has just had a freaking ridiculous bat, gets the game-tying double, 2 RBI double.
He's been smoking it.
He has to tie the game, and then they hold him in the 2 innings. I think Weaver came in, and somebody else came in. They went to extras, and then Williams comes in and coughs up the game-winning double to the wall. Or single, whatever you want to call it. The Pirates win. Yankees take 2 out of 3, but it's like it's a lot of typical Yankee, like a lot of home runs and I mean they're definitely getting their share.
Yankees
of hits,
are on a pace to hit like 800 home runs this year. It's like ridiculous.
They are, but then I look at the Mets and I say to myself, I'm like, the Mets are winning. And the Mets aren't even really hitting.
Not at all.
And everybody was so worried about the Met pitching, right, before the season.
And
well,
when they start hitting, you'll see the pitching go down.
But the pitching has been up, and maybe the hitting's been down a little bit. But once this team starts hitting, like you get Lindor hitting, and
right now Soto's been flying open and hitting every ball straight into the ground. He's topping everything. He's topping off every at bat. He's topping the ball into the ground. It's really frustrating to watch. But
he does do that sometimes. But he's too good. He's gonna come around. He's gonna start freaking smashing the ball. Watch, and then some of the other Mets are gonna start hitting. I tell
Brett
you,
Beatty hasn't hit at all, and neither is Vientos. But see what happens.
Yeah, Beatty. I don't know what you're gonna get over there, but. But then you got listen, the Reds. I mean, the Mets are 6-3. Phillies are 7-2. Mets are 6-3.
Have the Braves got a couple wins yet?
Braves they did get a win after going 0-7 on their road trip. They came home and they kicked the crap out of somebody. They're 1-8, but then they lost again. So they just split at home 2 games.
They're 1-8.
They are 1-8.
It's a nice start.
They're 0-7 on the road, and they're 1-8 in their last, obviously their last 10. It's only 9 games into the season. And the Red Sox are 5-4. Yankees sit at 6-3. Blue Jays at 5-5, thanks to the Mets, who knocked them down. They took 3 in a row, right? So thank you for that. That's always nice. Orioles are a little sluggish out of the gate at 4-6. And the Rays are 4-5, playing in a minor league stadium. Rangers are 8-2. I'd say that's the surprise of the American League right now.
It's early.
Yeah, first 10
So what
games.
else going on? We got where's Lucera? Haven't seen him once tonight.
Bobby's right. He was eating a bag of potato chips over there before.
It's good to see the guy who runs the place eating a bag of potato chips at the counter.
Yeah, I wonder if
where'd he go?
He probably paid $3 for those.
Yeah, he charged himself, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I got.
I brought my own coffee today.
I had. What the hell did I have today? I had a bag of chips. I eat these Sun chips. You know.
Oh, what flavor?
You know what
I like Sun chips.
They're good.
The Harvest
Sun chips
cheddar?
are good. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like there's like a whole variety in the machine over at UBS in the garden and stuff. I always buy it when I'm in the cafeteria there now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good. I like the Sun chips. Get the Sun chips. They're good for you.
Taz, the resident artist, checking in. No Graz tonight, Taz.
Yeah, Graz said he was going to. He
Inns.
teased us. He gave his little tease like he was going to come in.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come in. But I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to call in one more time, I would think, before we get off the air.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
So
It's
if anybody's
10:30,
out there and wants to call
time.
in right now, you can call in. I have no idea what the fucking number is, but
516-945-9099. Call and wish Graz well, even though he sounds fine. I don't know. It's a little odd.
nah, it didn't sound right to me. It sounded like, Melissa, can I go? She's probably not even home. He just didn't want to come in and see us tonight. He did not want to come in.
You don't think so?
No, he didn't want to come in.
It sounds like she banned him from the show tonight because she didn't want him to get us sick, which, if that's the case, that's very nice of
I'm not buying
Mrs.
that.
Graz. You're not buying the...
I think she would love to see us get sick.
You're not buying it, and she shouldn't be selling it.
I don't know. I'm not. There's been other times. I mean, come on. Why tonight? Is we concerned about our health?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's a fair question.
So I'm like, we got a new gazebo in Valley Stream. If anybody wants to come to Hendrickson Park and sit under the new gazebo, we're spending money on. We got a new gazebo. We had an old wooden one that was there for years. And I remember back when I was at Central High School. Well, I didn't go to Central, but I went to North. And Central High School used to have concerts in the gazebo. No, that was right by the pool. So I grew up in Valley Stream. Well, actually, you know what? I got to really reconsider that. I kind of grew up in Franklin Square. I did. Because my school, Valley Stream North, was in Franklin Square. So is Willow Road. Willow Road is Valley Stream School District, but it's in the middle of Franklin Square. So all my friends were Franklin Square people. Right. Or Malvern. There we go.
Oh, there he is.
We can't get it.
Limo Talk without Graz. You're on the air.
Listen, you're a board op. You're supposed to tell people who's listening, like Ann Rothney and Joan Croupier, and start talking to them to get them involved.
Could you put out your instructional tape online? We can watch it our own leisure.
Right. Baseball for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's get a little Trump in there. Let's talk about how he had all these major, events in the last couple of days and people protesting and stuff.
The protests are all bullshit, by the way. Those are people that are sent in and paid to go and protest. They hand them their signs. People are actually walking up as reporters and asking them, "What are you against? They're like, "Oh, I don't know." And then standing there with a sign that says, Elon Musk is a Nazi, right? And they go, "Why is Elon Musk a Nazi?" They go, "I don't know." I don't know. Why should I not buy a Tesla? I don't know. What did Elon Musk do that's pissing you off? I don't know. And they don't know.
There was an awful lot of people in the city. I mean, there was an awful lot of
it's all bullshit. They're bussing them in. They're showing the bus. They're showing them getting them off with the signs. They're showing them coming off and they're handing them signs to protest shit. You know what? Nothing is real. There's a song by the Beatles called Strawberry Fields. And all that goes through my head.
Play that, Rich. Board up.
The only thing that keeps going through my head is the line John Lennon sings in there where he goes, "Strawberry Fields, nothing is real." Mm-hmm. Right? Nothing is real anymore. Nothing. It's all bullshit. There is absolutely nothing that's genuine out there anymore. Somebody want to tell me what people are out in the street, who has the time and who has the money to stand out in the street unless somebody's paying you to do it and protest something and chant stupid jingles. Every day I look at another face on Facebook, some freak, some psychotic freak with their fucking face that I want to just put through a wall that is standing there protesting everything Trump's doing. And I know that it's the face of the Democratic Party, and I can't stand any more of them. I can't. They're fucked up. Years ago, they used to be mental institutions for these people, and now they're not in mental institutions anymore. They're on the streets because they're not putting them away. They're fucked up people. Sorry, they're fucked up.
I agree. Sarah told me to call in and rile you guys up a little bit.
Well, you riled me up now.
Well, now you're riled up, Bobby.
Good, I'm glad. I'm glad I riled you up. Say hello to everybody on Facebook. Richie, tell him you said hello, like Mike Bott, who's a penis, and Pat Walsh, who's a double penis.
I said hi to Mike Bott before. I said hi to Pat Walsh. I said he was on. I said Taz, the resident artist, was on. Are you listening to the show?
Huh?
Yeah, Taz is on. She's been on.
All right, Taz does double duties.
And
tonight she'll be hanging out with Pat Dixon.
What about Miss Sadaya Akhtar? Did you see her?
Yes, she wants us to take the show and promote it with her.
Yeah, she wanted us to explain or promote our show to her. Like, I don't know. Maybe she's some podcast guru. She wants you to inbox her.
We have enough podcast gurus inside. He's eating. He's probably hanging out, having chips.
She wanted you to come to the inbox. Did you see that? Do you want to promote your podcast?
I did see that.
I don't know what the
inbox
is.
All right, so listen, can you do me one favor? Could you guys promote the 19th a little bit? Because I just got a $200 donation, up to $200 from Barbara Horowitz, Eleanor, and Chris's mom. So she's making a $200 donation.
Wow.
I've got some other people come. Yeah, Noreen Noreen.
That's
from,
very nice of her.
My
Thank
good
you,
friend
Barbara.
Noreen.
Love
He's
Noreen.
making a $100 one. And Larry Izzo's coming in next week to say hello to us for a little while. Pontillo was supposed to come in, but I really didn't reach out to him at all. Just so you know, folks, April 19th, we'll be at Mers in Farmingdale, 7:30 at night. We're going to have Joe Pontillo, Courtney Ortera. We're going to have Larry Izzo. We're going to have Bonnie Scalisi. They'll be hanging out with us. $25 at the door.
Larry was very funny. I put a picture up from myself from like 30 years ago or something when I used to work when I was bartending, and I was sitting in my living room in Elmont. I was living in Elmont at the time, and I had pretty long hair and the mustache still, And Larry and Larry Izzo writes underneath it. He goes, "You look like Father Guido Scarducci."
You did.
Oh, Father Guido Sarducci, he is awesome.
Yeah, that was funny
awesome.
stuff, man. Back in those days with him, he goes, "There's a lot of saints out there." He goes, "And there's a good saint and there's a better saint, and some of these saints are not exactly what I would call, very good. Some of them were great, but there's a great saint, and that was John the Paul." And he'd go on and on about how somebody did a miracle and somebody did this, and then he'd talk about other saints. It's almost like he's talking about sports, and he go, "This guy, Saint Anthony, really never had many good, no miracles. He had no miracles." It was really, he was funny. He was that guy. Whoever played that part, I don't know who it was, but he was very, very good. That's when Saturday Night Live.
Father Guido?
Yeah, Saturday Night Live was so fucking funny back in the day.
Don Novello.
Yep.
He was good. He was really good.
Yep.
I wonder whatever happened to him. Whatever happened to a guy like that? I only knew him as Father Guido Sarducci.
No, Saturday Night Live, he was on a sketch called How to Pay for Your Sins on a 1978 episode, hosted by Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
But he was on in the beginning, though. He wasn't just in 78. He was on. But there was like...
No, he was...
I remember like they used to do fake commercials. They would do parody commercials like, the guy Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase or whatever, and they would do like it's a dessert topping, and he's putting on his dessert, and the other one would come in and go, no, it's a floor wax. He's putting it on the floor, and the wife is mopping the floor and he goes, "Oh no, it's a dessert topping," and they go, "Hey, for the best tasting shine you ever saw." It was like it was just amazing what they would come up with, and Dan Aykroyd with Christmas gifts that was just really broken glass. It was just funny as hell, and it's nothing like that anymore. It's not funny anymore.
Probably it was pure back then. Now everything has a political angle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everybody's got an agenda on that show.
There's nothing there's nothing funny anymore.
No, there isn't.
On TV, nothing.
Us, Limo Talk.
And by the way, the only limousine transportation comedy entertainment program in the world.
All
right, I have a couple of questions. First of all, how are my boys doing at UPS? They're doing all right? Tell them I said hello.
EPS?
UBS.
UPS. Your UBS. Your boys over there.
You mean Doug Heffernan?
UBS is Vinny. I spoke about Vinny. Vinny texted in before, and Anthony.
I love Vinny.
And Frankie, the supervisor, who's Frankie Marciano, who's the supervisor who has the boat. And Frank cracks me up because he sees everybody walk by. Everybody walks by us throughout the course of a night. Like they all walk by, rotate carts. There's lots of carts, food, stuff like that going by, prancing by with their stuff. And all these girls who have like they do what they call the energy team. They do flags. They go out on the ice, or they go out in the audience, and they do dances, and they go down by the gates and do some dances to get people riled up. And everybody he sees, because he can't remember their names, he goes, "There he is, there he is, there she is," And then he goes like this to me quietly in the corner. He goes, "Go ask that girl her name. I don't know her name. What the hell's her name?" I go, "I have no problem asking somebody their name." I go, "Hey, how you doing?"
What's your name?
"What's your name?" As simple as that. "Oh, it's Laura, whatever, Laura." I go, "All right, her name is Laura." And he goes, "Well, you're not supposed to make it so obvious." I go, "Well, that's all you had to do."
How old is Frank?
Frank is like 60. I don't know.
You gotta go on that boat. Hopefully get some chicken.
Well, we got to get him. We got to talk to him and get like a Limo Talk party boat day, and go out there because Frank is a bit of a party guy.
All right.
He's a bit of a
I like
party
that.
guy.
We bring some beer.
Yeah, we could bring some beer.
Some beer over here.
Listen, I want to send my love to the
Hi,
to
Cooper.
the Rothneys in California. I know a whole bunch of them are listening tonight. Sending my love. I've had a couple of things go on in the family over there, and I just want to make sure to send our love to the Rothneys. And just if you could talk about the April 19th a little bit more, guys. A little recommendation.
All right, you've spoken about you said to us 10 different times on the same phone conversation to please bring up April 19th. After you bring it up 10 different times about April 19th, there's no point in us talking about it anymore.
The dog just told you to go fuck yourself. I'll talk to you later.
You know what? He did. He did. He wasn't talking to me though.
He was talking to me.
Probably. He doesn't know me.
Yeah.
He loves me.
Hi, Cooper.
Yeah, you down to one.
One person that likes me, right?
In person is a dog.
Well, he's kind
Oh,
of
by
like
the way,
a person
folks,
a little
don't forget April 19th at Murs.
Yes.
It's our
533.
big night.
What is it? 533 Fulton Street,
Yeah, it's
Farmingdale, New York.
pump it into your GPS right now so you don't have to do it that night, so you get there on time and come watch our show. And you're going to see Joe Pontillo, and you're going to see Larry Izzo, and you're going to see Bonnie Scalisi, and you're going to see me, and you're going to see Graz, and you're not going to see Rich.
No, you won't.
We're going to
see
have
me.
a cardboard cutout of Rich there.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, and
well, you know what, Rich? That might be a good idea. Let Sarah make us a cardboard cutout of you, and we'll have you there. We'll just throw things on you and stuff.
That's a great idea. You could throw things at me. That would.
Well,
be
we're going to have a
wonderful.
really
I'd
good
love
time.
that.
It's going to be a fun time.
No, it's going to be a really good time. I'm sorry, I'm going to be celebrating Easter with family, but
sorry, I'm going to have some family time.
yes, I apologize for that. But no, please come down April 19th. We appreciate it very much that Graz put this thing together, and Bobby is nice enough to host it.
Farmingdale Baseball.
For the Farmingdale Baseball League and for the Vicky Vasquez Scholarship. So any support is greatly appreciated for that event. It's going to be a really good time. I mean, you got a great.
We're going to have some special
Professional
guests.
Vinny, right?
We're going to have some special guests.
Listen, that's a draw right there. Come down and meet in person, live, Professional Vinny and his new marine haircut. Okay, Vinny looks like he's going to Paris Island tomorrow at about 4:00 in the morning. All right, Vinny, I don't know if you could put yourself on camera, but I want the people to be able to see. Is it possible?
It should be possible. Let me see.
That you could get on there for a second. I know Bobby the Ghost of Christmas Past used to get. Oh, there he is.
There I am.
There he is.
Hi,
Hey, you handsome bastard.
Look at that.
Listen, by the way, Rich,
short.
It's turn to the side a little.
The side. I got the skin fade on the side.
Off to the army.
Yes.
Holy shit, he looks like Lacera.
Oh, there you go. Nice zoom. You see that,
Whoa,
Chris?
whoa.
Look
Why
at
did
this.
I didn't even see you. What the fuck did you do?
I'm right here. Look in the window.
Look at the window.
I'm looking right at you right now.
Turn to the side, Vinny. Turn to the side.
I told the barber I
Look at
wanted
that.
short.
He said, give me
I
a
said
short.
skin fade. Hey, it didn't
What'd you
cost.
tell him you were short? What was short? You had no money? He just fucking did that? I'm short a few bucks.
My girlfriend's fucking pissed. She's like, you're bald.
Oh, my God. Is she really?
Yeah, it grows back
I think you look
faster.
pretty good, Vin.
I think it looks good on you.
It's hard not to, you know?
Right.
Vin.
Wow.
Can I tell you right now?
Yeah, but she's like.
What's up, Bob?
Not a fan. No.
And Vin, let me tell you
From
something
here,
right now.
from here, it looks like a mohawk.
No, I
Well,
am thinning a little bit.
He's
but
now seeing his receding hairline.
My dad's as bald as a cue ball, so.
Oh, bald, or as bald as Graz.
Yeah,
But no, it's
my
like,
dad's as bald as
up,
grass.
Bobby.
no,
So
no,
you're heading
no
that way.
offense. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're bald, I'm broke.
So says the guy with a lot of
I'm
hair.
one of the best-looking bald guys you've ever met.
You are a really good-looking bald guy.
I'm not bald yet.
Not you.
Not yet.
But you know what? You don't want to.
But you are balding.
But let me ask you a question. Graz was the first person I've ever seen who was
Who's
balding
bald?
in the middle, and gets a mohawk. So he's got no hair in the middle and goes, he has a mohawk, and he's got this fucking nothing on the side now.
I can't even picture grass with hair.
Remember you got the mohawk?
You had a
would be-
mohawk?
I know what you're talking about. Listen, I'm actually thinking about if the money comes in a little bit, I might put a little hair on top of my head. Maybe
I
get
heard
the plugs looking a little younger.
if you do it, if you do it
Why
in
don't you
Turkey,
pluck it off the dog and put it on with some glue strips?
I heard if you get the hair plugs in Turkey, they're a lot cheaper.
Hair plugs in Turkey.
Yeah.
Don't they have that laser cap that you can put on your head now that generates hair
I
growth?
don't know. People get the tattoos.
It's like a helmet. It's like a helmet. You put on.
People
It's
get
got
like
lasers.
tattooed color hair.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Vinny, I don't know,
Think about
man.
getting hair
First of all,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what you look like with the hair.
Look, I'll take the headphones off for a second. It's really.
Oh, all right, not that bad. All right.
He's
The
got some
headphones
hair
are not
up
a
there.
good look for that haircut
He's got some hair.
because it makes with the headphones and the light beating off your head makes it look like you got no hair on the sides and only hair in the middle.
I
It looks
know,
like a
it
mohawk.
It looks like there's like nothing here.
Yes.
Which is.
Would
Wow.
you get hair plugs?
Would I get hair plugs? Maybe if I had the money. I feel like by the time I wouldn't have hair, hopefully the surgery would be better. You know, talking 15, 20 years.
Got a whole lot
better,
better.
better technology.
Better technology.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to watch some people. Well, you want to let them screw it up on some people first before
Exactly.
you get it.
The guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this with the
Listen,
guinea?
I'm getting yelled at by my wife and my daughter. I just want to
Why?
tell you
Why?
guys
She's
I
afraid
love
you're going to
you
give
very
us
much.
germs through the
Why?
phone?
Yeah. What are you gonna?
I've been humiliated enough.
She
No,
just
no,
wants you to
Vinny.
stop
No,
talking.
it's not as bad as the light makes it look. It's not as bad
joking anyway.
when you put the headphones took the headphones off. I was kind of impressed by the look.
Yeah, thank you.
Because but did you do it for any reason?
No, well, I usually get very short. I do a skin fade anyway, but I just wanted to go like real short this time for whatever reason, just to see how it would look. And
Mission accomplished.
mission accomplished.
My
Yeah.
son just got a really good haircut from my daughter's, boyfriend, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where I wanted to
Like
go.
he's a barber?
I like.
Yeah, he's a barber.
I wanted to go short, and then I told him what I wanted, the barber, and then he just immediately took the razor to my fucking head. And then when I realized how it was gonna be, I was like, all right, I guess this is gonna be my life now for the next month. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you give it
Your
a
girlfriend's
month.
coming on Saturday, April 19th.
she
right?
is. She is.
Well, he'll have more
Good.
hair
Listen.
by then.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm getting in trouble. I just want to wish everybody out there.
Let me ask you a question.
All right,
Why
I-
are you getting
I
in
know,
trouble?
Yeah, what's
getting
in
pulled
trouble?
over.
I'm upstairs because I'm upstairs in my bedroom. The dog is barking. My daughter's in here. She just worked a double at the main event. She wants to go to bed.
Works at the
all
main
right.
event.
Yeah.
My wife hears me.
Well, let me
downstairs.
ask
She
you a
wouldn't
question.
allow
You
me
don't,
to
you don't
come
have
in
a
tonight.
place you could go walk with a telephone?
Why can't you get downstairs?
I went out in the base. I went outside.
You know, with
It's
the
cold
cell phone,
outside,
you
I
can
want to go downstairs in the basement. Christians here.
Sit
so
on the
I'm trying
porch.
to. I'm trying to.
Look,
stay quiet.
let's put it this way.
Why is he down there with
Let's put it this way.
You can take the cell phone in the other room.
Let's put it this way. First of all, there's no cord on
Just
the
go
phone.
in the bathroom.
There's no cord on the phone. They did away with that years ago. And second of all, you called us.
That's true.
I know. And, that's
And now
why I'm
you're
gonna hang up
and you're making
now.
it seem like
Tell you that I love you. Thank you. You did a great job tonight, Bobby Lucera and Vinny.
great job. You got on and said the show sucked.
So
No,
Althea is listening, by the way.
Talking about sports.
Yeah, but I you know, it was good to talk about sports for me. Anyway, I felt like talking about some baseball tonight. Is that bothering you?
Yeah, what's the
No,
problem?
it's not.
We had some
I'll
good
listen to
commentary.
you. People are already commenting that Juan Soto's a bust.
He's not a bust. He's
Oh,
going to be
it's
fine.
8 games in the season, 9 games in the season.
People have no
please.
patience. Like a year ago, at this
God.
time of the year last year, people were talking about how Francisco Lindor was the biggest waste of money the Mets ever got, and he finished second in the MVP voting. So please,
Correct.
enough.
Uh,
Everybody, think about this.
I know.
A baseball season is 10 times as long as a football season. 10 times.
It's immensely long. For the record, Althea says, for the record, Bobby, it's Google Mini, not Amazon Dot. Also, she says, kiss my ass, I'm still up. To which Bobby Lucero responded, it must have been a good show because Althea is still up. So we have kept Althea awake, Bobby, during the show, where normally she would have her oatmeal and go to bed.
See that?
Oh.
Thank you.
And Lou Ferriola Graz says, why don't you just go in the closet like he does and
Why
listen
don't
to
you
the
tell
show?
Lou Ferriola to go fuck himself?
I
Okay, how's
love
that?
I love Lou Ferriola.
I did too, actually.
Lou Ferriola is
I
a
did
great
too.
man.
All right. Listen, I'm going to go, guys.
Hey,
Thank
it's
you. Have a
been.
good week. I'll
Thanks
see you
so
next
much
week, all right?
for calling in.
Yes,
Thanks,
we-
guys. I love
Thank you, listener.
Bye, Graz.
I love you. Bye.
April 19th, we can see Graz live.
You can hear us. It's
Anyhow,
a big gong
you know what?
to send him off.
We need like a 4-hour show. because there are subjects I like to talk about that we don't really get to talk about because he fucking interrupts. And no offense.
No. Well, he's still on the phone. I don't know if
I know
he
doesn't ever hang
He's
up.
crackling.
Yeah, he goes walk around with the phone now, and
right.
he's seething
Now he's
over every
gonna go
remark I'm making.
Now he's going to go in the closet.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Fuck you guys, fuck you." You know what? I'm
I just called in and tried to be nice.
I'm underneath 4 coats and sitting on a fucking box. But fuck you guys.
Okay.
Fuck you.
You're giving me crap. I got my daughter yelling at me. I got my wife yelling at me. I got the dog barking. I can't go downstairs. I don't want to sit outside because it's cold.
Okay, he got to run, man.
How many other reasons did he
got
have?
to run away from
That's why Lou had the best suggestion.
And his
Just go
wife
in
is
the
telling him
closet.
who he could talk to now?
Yes.
Graz, you're not moving like you used to. You're getting kind of slow, man. Here comes Uncle Joe. He's moving kind of slow at the junction. What the hell? Well,
Was he calling you now?
no.
Oh. We're getting a call for the baseball academy.
It's actually not.
No?
No.
Oh.
Anyhow, the thing is, you know, if Graz
This begs another question.
If Graz was in a race with a pregnant woman, he'd finish third.
Vinny!
I didn't get it for doing
No, where's the drum? The brumps.
I felt like that joke was so good. I gave it the
You gave him the laugh track.
yeah.
I got you.
Heard. That's funny.
But
Fuck you,
Comedy.
Bobby. Screw you, Bobby.
fuck you.
Why you say that?
Well, we're on last 8
funny.
minutes here, so we're gonna continue the attack on Graz. The attack
We're
on
just
Graz.
gonna kill Graz for the next 8 minutes. Listen, thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah,
tonight.
let's thank you, Liz. First of all, I want to thank Vinny and Anthony if they're listening still from UBS, and I haven't seen Vinny DeSanti on here. I don't know if he's been watching.
He was not on tonight. I haven't seen him.
Yeah,
I've not seen
and you know, it's good that they're tuning in, and he's kind of corresponding with me a little bit here on the phone, so he's watching and he's listening. Thank you for the information about the XFL.
Yes.
But
Appreciate
the thing is, all these people that have been listening and watching, we can now mention, we can now acknowledge. Here we go. Go.
Well, Vinny and the UBS crew, thank you very much. I mean, I did meet Vinny that one night over there at UBS.
Yeah.
And big fan of the show for sure. Let me know it. Joan Krupiasha, Bruno Capola, who's very excited tonight that the Red Sox kicked the crap out of the Cardinals, and he wants to make it known. Bruno's probably pushing his chest out, thinks he's going to the World Series like everybody else.
Well, I'm hearing that's what the destiny is.
Well,
the World
that's-
Series will
that-
bust this
that-
year for the Red Sox.
That's it. I mean, between the Graz preseason ranking and Bruno
Power ranking.
power ranking, they should be in the World Series. Miss Sadaya Akhtar, thanks for joining tonight. Wants us to get into her inbox and tell her about the show.
Say that
Mike
again.
Bott,
Say that again.
she wanted Graz to get in her inbox. That's what she said.
Okay, good. Graz, you're having a good night.
Althea, listening tonight. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed your oatmeal. Thank you for staying
Hope
awake
you enjoyed your oatmeal.
and hanging out with us tonight. Mike Bott, always joining in with a bunch of middle fingers for Graz. That's always very nice. Said hi to me and you. Bonnie Scalisi and Rothney, all the best to Anne and her family. Apparently going through some stuff there, according to Graz. So we wish her all the best. Didn't realize that. Pat Walsh Realty. He will sell your house in 120 days, or he's going to buy it for you. Chris Smith, thanks for joining in tonight. Taz, resident artist. Lou Ferriola, and you and me, Bobby. And I guess we could thank Graz for joining in tonight. We appreciate the call in. And Vinny and his new haircut. Thank you for getting on there.
I always try.
Yeah, sorry to hear your girlfriend is not very happy with that, but
She would have been more pissed off during COVID. My dad literally shaved me and my brother's head completely bald
Why would he do that?
because we could. It was
because
like
you couldn't get haircuts.
it was like 2 or 3 months in when we weren't going anywhere, so we weren't going to the barber, and it was becoming like an afro. So it was
So not only you're miserable, you got to look fucking horrible.
exactly. And I was also really fat too because I lost a lot of weight in college. So I was like 250 pounds and like bald and had glasses. I looked like a
Wow.
Wow, you got beat up a lot, didn't
Do
you?
we have a picture of that? We put that
yeah,
up on
after
the
the
screen?
show. After the show. Yeah. Yeah, I had it ready.
Nah, you know what? Everyone has their stages. Everyone has their stages. It's like a roller coaster of life. You know, you go through periods of time. You know, some days you just go and look in the mirror and you go, wow, I look good today. And other days you go, who the fuck is that?
Yep.
And it's only
Who
a
the
few
hell's that
hours
guy?
later sometimes. And I'm like, who the fuck? What
It's
the
true.
fuck happened to me today? I slept.
I think it's the
I
lighting.
I walked. I did a little exercise, and I look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't get it.
I think it's the lighting.
Might be the lighting.
That could be the lighting. The lighting in here is,
Well, you know what?
you know.
There's certain bathroom mirrors. You go into a bathroom in like a bar or something like that, or you go into a bathroom at a restaurant, and you look in the mirror and you go, "Fuck, I look good." Certain mirrors really do it right for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at a picture from the same dinner. Somebody took a picture, and you look at the picture and you go, "Oh fuck, I look like shit." And I'm like, I look good in the mirror.
I hate looking at older
This-
pictures and I look good. Like I had to go and I had to get my passport renewed, and it's only like every 10 years, so I had to get a new photo. But I'm looking at that photo and I'm looking at the old
You're
passport.
liking
and
that
I'm going,
photo.
yeah, and I'm like, I want that guy. The guy 10 years younger.
Yeah, I look
I
at
mean,
my.
it's like
I'll never forget. This happens
it's a
to me too.
difference to look at
This happens to me too. There's
when you got it
pictures.
side by side.
Yeah, there's pictures of me, like I looked at when they were taken. I looked at them and hated them, and now 10 years later, I look at them and go, "Wow,
Yeah.
I wish I looked like that."
Yeah. I'll take that
You know?
back. Yeah.
I hated that picture. Now I kind of like that picture.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's my profile picture. But that's the way it goes.
I guess that's just the way it goes, right?
It is the way it goes.
Yeah.
And, we accept aging is part of life. And without aging, you're dead.
Well, it would be. I'd rather age than the alternative. How's that?
That's me.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Try and make it as far as we can go.
Well, you know what it is. It's a. And this is the thing that kills me. People always go, "Oh, it goes so fast." Well, if I'm at this stage, right, and you're like, what thinking about the past doesn't take long. So I'm not gonna. It's not gonna feel like, oh, I got here really slowly, even though I'm here, right? So you can't say, oh, life goes so fast. Not at the time you're experiencing it. It doesn't.
No, it does. No, definitely not at the time you're experiencing it.
But when you're at this point,
yeah, it's only later on when you look back and say, "Oh, that went fast."
it was one day I was talking to my mother-in-law. Well, she's still on paper, my mother-in-law. But
Oh, do we have to clarify
we do.
the legality of her being your mother-in-law?
no, she's just she's accepting the role still. But one day I was sitting there, I'm listening. She's 94,
Wow.
right? And
God bless her.
she's in a real badass mood one day. So she's going, I don't give a shit. Going on and on. I go, what's the matter? You pissed off because you're now out of the Christmas song? She goes, what? I go, not King Cole. The kids from 1 to 92. You're out. This ain't for you
You're
anymore.
out of the
It ain't for
song.
you anymore. Kids from 1 to 92. Merry Christmas,
Right.
but not for you.
Not for you. No presents for you.
She sat there and thought about it for a minute, and if she had it in her, she would have given me the finger. But she didn't.
No soup for you.
No soup.
You're done.
So she's 94. She's out of the Christmas song. Once you're out of the Christmas song, everything's bonus.
Nicely done. Good night, Althea. Althea says, good night, fellas. I took my pills. So she's heading off. Anthony would like everybody to share the show out there, all the limo talkers of the world. You have a great week, Ann Rothney, as well. Graz loves Lou Ferriola. And Strong Island TV chiming in that Graz only has one stage. Not sure what that means. But there's a joke in there somewhere. Yes, absolutely. All right, folks, we've come up on our time. Hey, April 19th, please don't forget, for a good cause, supporting the Vicky Vasquez Scholarship. Graz has got a nice lineup of comedians. Bobby's going to host. There's the flyer. You can Venmo at Farmingdale Baseball if you want, or you could just show up and pay $25 at the door and some other raffles and stuff. And we got Bonnie Scalisi, Joe Pontillo, Larry Izzo, and Courtney. Am I saying this right? Ortera. I like to say people's name right, so I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to get it
stickler
wrong.
for that too.
But I think I did a good job there. Autera. Ortera.
Otera.
Thank you, Graz, for calling in, and Bobby, thank you for.
Thank you for a great time tonight. We had
Yes.
a really. I enjoyed the program. I enjoyed what we talked about.
I thought we had a nice evening. Some good baseball talk, good solid baseball talk, which I think we needed.
We don't sit
10
here.
games in.
We don't sit here like these other fucking shows going, so, what do you want to talk about next? I don't know. What do you want to talk about? No, we don't do that. We sit here and we're actually conversing the whole night, and Graz, kind of was a little critique, had a little critique about it. But I'll tell you what, we continue to talk. We have subjects. We have a lot to talk about. And if you tune in next week, you'll hear some more.
We got more to talk about.
We got more to talk about.
With guest Larry Izzo coming in.
With Larry Izzo.
Yes.
Who thinks I look like Father Guido Sarducci in my old picture.
If you threw the hat on and the glasses with a robe and a white collar, I think it could pass pretty easily.
I could do it.
Oh, yeah. You could easily do it. That's a Halloween
Look at my
costume waiting to
Facebook,
happen.
folks. Look at my Facebook. I have the picture up there that he's talking about. And I'm on Facebook under Bobby Inns. It's not Inzerillo. I don't know how anybody knows me.
It's
out
not
there,
Inns 41?
It's not Inns 41,
Is
which
it Inns
Graz thinks is
31?
my actual name. It's funny you mentioned Inns 31. I took a picture of my car in front of my old bar with Inns 31 on the license plate, and that was last week. And a lot of people commented about that. I didn't think they would notice the license plate on my car. I just wanted to take a picture of the bar, where the bar used to be, which is 529 Bagels now in Franklin Square. I took a picture, and my car happened to be there, and the license plate says Inns 31. And people were like, hey, what the hell was it that? So Bruce Bereni, who used to pitch for the Mets, who's a friend of mine on Facebook, who's great, he goes, love the tag number. Because that was his number with the Mets, 31.
Oh, that was his number.
Yes.
Nice.
But it's really my birthday, 3-1.
Pre-Piazza.
It was pre-Piazza.
Yes.
It was Harry Parker, and Bruce Bereni had the number, and Mike Vail even wore it for a while, but the famous Bruce Bereni, who was a good pitcher for the Mets in the 80s, and then Mike Piazza. And Mike Piazza is the one that's retired for. But I'll always think of Bruce Bereni when I see that number now. So that's it. Let's get off the air. Let's call it a night. Let's wrap it up. We'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us tonight. And have a good one. And now it's time for Casey Kasem.
And the 89 more. Thank you very much for listening.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. They do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. Since last goddamn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.